Welcome to my demonstration on how many things can break in a single video recording attempt. Today, no I'm kidding, that's not our video. Right now, a major area of concern has been located out in the Atlantic, and there is a very real possibility that we could see the birth of a monster hurricane. Even more concerning, there's a decent chance that the United States could be in the path of this very strong storm. Let's not waste any time and start breaking this down right now. Recently named Tropical Depression 13 by the National Hurricane Center's models are doing very strange and concerning things with this storm. Coming over here to the spaghetti screen, we can see above my head some models have this strengthening to a Category 5 hurricane. What's concerning about that is we actually don't often see these spaghetti models throw out a Category 5 hurricane. These models are so complex it takes a perfect situation to see a Category 5 hurricane forecasted on them. However, where's that? However, if you're looking over to my right, you're probably like, well, what the heck, Riley? That's not the United States. Why do I care? You'd be correct. That's not the United States. It's South America and the Bahamas. However, it's a very real possibility we could see the storm come to the United States. So let's go take a look at some other forecast models that will show the United States in them. Now, this is actually going to be a little fun because you're going to see my live reaction to the models, and I know this is going to be way different than 6 hours ago when these models last ran, because guess what? They're the weather models. So let's go take a look at what they're saying now. Up first, we have the Euro. Now we're going to use a 10-meter wind speed and not, because this is what every single model can show us. It's also what the National Hurricane Center uses to actually determine the wind speeds of a hurricane. All right, Euro, what do you have for us? Not much yet, not much yet. Oh, you can see our little storm right here. Looks like it's spinning. It's a nice little spinny boy. And that's all the Euro shows us because the Euro doesn't go out that far. So on the Euro, we have a fish storm. Now let's head to the GFS and see what the GFS has to tell us. All right, over here on the GFS, wow, we're flying. It's really throwing this storm really quickly, and it's gone. Look at that swirly boy. It's really spinning. So on the GFS, 2 for 2 now, we have 2 fish storms. All right, over here on the Canadian, let's throw this into a loop here. Oh, there's our storm, and it's swirling, and it's stalled. The Canadians have this storm stalling somewhere around there, and so I would assume that go make an impact in Bermuda. So all the models right now kind of have this being a fish storm, but let's talk about the models again. As cool as the models are, they don't really know what's going to happen. Well, they're showing a fish storm today. Yesterday, this hurricane was making landfall in Massachusetts, and that's just what models do. They tend to fluctuate a bit. They go this way, they go that way. Models just aren't really good in the long term, and that's just a fact. Taking a look at the past, I bet a lot of you remember Hurricane Florence back in 2018. Hurricane Florence made a landfall in the US as a Category 4 hurricane, and much like Tropical Depression 13, it was forecast to be a fish storm. When the National Hurricane Center first started issuing advisories, the storm was thrown well off into the ocean, and over time we saw the outlook curve back, leading to an eventual US landfall. We could very well see the same thing with Tropical Depression 13 and it make its way into the US as well. You probably remember how jet streams impact hurricanes, but let's go over it again just for those of you who might be new. Now, let's pretend what we have drawn in here is a jet stream. If we see something like this is going to act as a wall. Any hurricanes we see try and make their way up from the Atlantic Ocean will hit this wall, and boom, they're gone. They were going to be flung out to sea. We're never going to see them. However, if we see something like this and our jet stream's more off to the north, this is going to literally act as a hurricane magnet and suck any hurricane that may form somewhere into the east coast of the United States. Now, I'm going to be upfront with you, we're a long way out, so a lot of these models don't know what's going to happen with the jet stream yet, or anything with what environment this hurricane's going to be in. There's a lot of different factors that go into making a very strong hurricane, and if any single one of those factors change, there will be a large change in the forecast. So for now, I'm gonna give you this. We're gonna wrap up your forecast into one simple sentence. Sometime in the next week, there may or may not be a very strong hurricane making landfall somewhere on the east coast of the United States. I know you might want more of a detailed forecast, but a detailed forecast is not always a good thing. Anyone on the east coast of the United States should be preparing to possibly see a hurricane, and it doesn't hurt to be prepared. You know, it's a really good way to prepare? Subscribing to this channel, because I'll be providing updates on this storm anytime there's a change in forecast. I think we're gonna rock a ChatGPT outro today. Oh, it's a banger. As we wrap up this in-depth discussion of a potential monster hurricane brewing in the Atlantic, the uncertainty of Mother Nature reminds us to stay vigilant and prepared. The path and intensity of the storm remains unpredictable, but one thing is certain: knowledge is power. That's gonna be fire outro. The duck out. Love.